When it comes to Muay Boran training, or martial arts in general, it's important to have the proper mindset so that we don't place limits on ourselves when it comes to our training by not making excuses and taking responsibility of our own success. Here are 5 ways that we can do that. Number 1 is to empty your cup. When you're learning something new, you want to start as a beginner. It doesn't matter if you have knowledge of another fighting system or another style. You don't want to limit your ability to learn new things and new skills. And so you always want to start by emptying your cup. Number 2 is to slow things down. When you're learning a new technique, you want to take your time and you want to have a partner that doesn't give you that much resistance. By slowing things down, you allow yourself to absorb the full technique in its full range of motion, and you limit the injuries that can occur. We're not talking about sparring, we're just talking about learning a new technique, and this is standard procedure to just take your time, learn the full range of motion, and understand the technique step by step. So number 3 is to keep an open mind. When you're learning a technique or you're learning a new style, you don't want to limit yourself by thinking in black and white or thinking rigidly that, oh, there's only one way to do a technique the right way. If you think that way, then you place limits on your own abilities and you don't think about the possibilities of what else you can do in terms of how can I improve this technique. Maybe if I move this way, if I tweak it a little bit that way, it's not necessarily a wrong move just because someone says it is. Maybe it doesn't work for them or they didn't study it enough times to really understand it. If you keep an open mind, then you can improve upon techniques rather than discarding them because someone else says it's useless or you think it's useless because you didn't give it a chance. So number 4 is to train more and talk less. And I can't stress this enough as far as martial arts training because there's some people out there that enjoy arguing and theorizing, thinking that, oh, this is the right way to do things, that's the wrong way to do something. And it's all theory. It's all just fancy arguments that lead nowhere. They could even bring up other things like history, culture, oh, this is what someone else said, and so on. All that doesn't matter when it comes down to it. The only thing that matters is what you can apply. And you can only do that through physical training. That's where trial and error comes from physically training your abilities and learning what you can improve upon. Oh, okay, I'm gonna try this technique. This one's not working, so I'm gonna do this move, or I'm gonna add that move. And then you can do your reflection afterwards, once you're done doing the hard sparring. But that's it. Everything else should be based on training. Number 5 is focus on yourself instead of others. Think about the things that you do well and the things that you don't do too well. What things can you improve upon? What can you add to your game? How can you get to the next level? You don't want to focus on other people because that just takes time away from you. And if you look at other people's flaws, then you're not really taking responsibility for the things that you need to work on. The 5 ways to improve is a way to put a mental check on ourselves so that we don't limit our own growth by making excuses and taking responsibility for our own actions and our own growth in the martial arts.